So welcome back to Uncut with Lucia. Today we are speaking with Daisy Paige. She's an author and her latest book is called Beyond Heaven's Gate, which is out now. So my dear Daisy, welcome to Uncut with me, Lucia.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you.
I couldn't be happier to have you back. I interviewed you on the Relatable Voice podcast, and now you are here with us. Daisy is your pen name. How and why did you come up with it? Actually, I love Daisy.
I had a dream, and my mother was standing in the field of daisies, and she had her back to me, but I knew she was my mother. And so she, she turned around, and as soon as she turned around, I said, "Mom," she said, come here to me, my child." And I just ran to her, and she put her arms around me, and we spun in circles, and it was just in this big field of daisies. So that I thought about that moment as soon as I picked up that computer to write.
So you
And
became. Mhm.
and I knew that's what I had to be, was safe. And then Paige was my grandmother's maiden name.
Mhm.
It was so fitting. It was like a calling to me.
Mhm. And Daisy, you were diagnosed with multiple system atrophy or MSA, which is a terminal brain disease. When were you diagnosed and how are you feeling today? Are you feeling better?
Much worse than I was that day, of course, as I progressed and progressed and progressed. I was diagnosed in July of 2021. They say most people um, are deceased within 2 years after being diagnosed. So what was it? I'm a year and 8 months.
Yeah, I'm happy that you are here and you are spending your precious time with us today, Daisy. This is
Of,
priceless.
of course, of course. And I want to show the readers or the viewers what I got today, and I'm so happy about it.
Yes, your new book is just beautiful. It,
And the best part about it is I did it all by myself. I did the writing, the editing, the formatting, and published it on Amazon.
you are amazing, Daisy. I wish I could hug you now.
Oh, and you know what I'm working on now? I've gone back and I'm republishing Unexpected Moments so that I can do it all by myself on Amazon too. That way, Unexpected Moments and Beyond Heaven's Gates can be together.
Mhm. Yes, it's a deal.
Won't be long and you'll find Unexpected Moments on Amazon. I mean, it is on Amazon, but if
Mhm.
you buy it now on Amazon, I don't get as many royalties, which go to charity.
Yes,
I want to put it on there myself so that more royalties can go to charity.
yes, it's so incredible that 10% of your books proceeds will be donated to charity to research a cure for MSA. So, Daisy, can you tell us more about this charity?
Their charity is for, researching for a cure and for getting support for caretakers and for patients who are suffering with MSA. But their main goal is, of course, to research for a cure
Mhm.
or research for a test because, there's um, a diagnosis for when you're diagnosed with MSA. It's a probable diagnosis. You can't get a firm affirmative diagnosis until you're gone and they put a microscope over your brain.
Mm, I understand. Yes, and I hope that they can find a cure as soon as possible.
I donated my brain to science. So when I go, my brain will go to science to help with that finding a cure.
You are wonderful. So, Daisy, let's go to your book because I'm so curious to know. Your new book, Beyond Heaven's Gate, is a sequel to your first book, Unexpected Moments. Is that correct?
It is. It starts off in a different way though. It starts off with short stories because I have had visions and dreams, possibly, of heaven, and I share those with you. And then I've got 5 short stories or so of dreams. And after the dreams to the visions, I start with unexpected moments continues in living with MSA.
And these visions, you see them during your dreams, is while you were sleeping?
It's hard to say. Sometimes I think I'm awake when I have them.
Mhm.
It's just beautiful, so indescribable. Uh, but it's like I'm in a sort of a trance or something, and I see these glimpses of, I call them glimpses of heaven that God has shared with me so that I can share with others that maybe we can, bring God back into the world. We really need him now.
And you talk about it in your book.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, I was so overjoyed when I saw that you gave me a shout out in your book, Daisy. I can't tell you how touched I was by that. Thank you. This
Well,
is precious.
of course, if anybody's gonna get a shout out in the book, it's gonna be Lucia. I
Mhm.
liked going for a virtual ride in your book. It was so fun
Thank you.
sharing my book.
Thank you. Of course, I'll keep sharing your work because I appreciate you so much, Daisy.
Thank you. Appreciate you for allowing me to share my story.
Of course. And I remember you were debating whether or not to write another book.
Mhm.
And what finally inspired you to write this story?
I had so many readers of unexpected moments that reached out to me and asked me to write a second book if they were touched by the book or something. And I had decided long ago I wasn't gonna write another one. I was done. I was like a one and done. but I just felt God reaching down through all these people, telling me to write a book again and then write another book. And so I decided I would write another book. This one may be shorter than Unexpected Moments, but it took longer to write. If you remember, I
Mm-hmm.
had only took me 3 months to write Unexpected Moments
I remember.
in 64 chapters, and it's 250 pages, I think. And Beyond Heaven's Gates, every chapter of once you get past the glimpses part and you get into Unexpected Moments, every chapter is a month. So it took me 10 months plus the glimpses to write the book.
And you also formatted the book. Amazing.
I never did that before. Didn't know how to do it, but I did it. And that did take some time too. So, it probably took, well, it's not even a year because I wrote Unexpected Moments was released in March of 2022, um, March 7th, and Beyond Heaven's Gates was released March 5th,
Wow.
2023. So it's 2 books in 1 year.
And I am complaining that I don't have time for writing, so I will definitely start writing now as soon as we finish this interview. And and Daisy, how has MSA affected your writing process? And what are your coping mechanisms?
Well, there are days I'm in a hospital bed now,
Mm,
and there are days that I just want to throw the towel in. I'm ready to go and I have no motivation to write or do anything for that matter. And my coping mechanism is to pray to God. Give me the motivation and the strength to carry on to write. And He says, you have to write. You're not there yet. You have a story to share. So, and my son, of course,
mm.
is another big motivation to help me write. Um, my last book, Unexpected Moments, my daughter painted the cover. This time, my Unexpected Moments, my son had a friend. Um, he hired for me.
He prepared the cover.
Yeah.
Can I see the cover again? Can our viewers see it?
Yes, and her name is Isabetta. Is that not a pretty name?
Yes, I can see.
And
A
she
little
did a
bit.
great.
I love it. Is the
Um,
Heaven's Gate. Yes.
do you see on the other side the silhouette?
Yes. Yes. Now I can see.
Those are people waiting for you to get on the other side.
Mm, it's
That's what
beautiful.
I saw in my dream. I saw
Mm,
silhouette. When I got up closer, I saw them jumping up and down. Then when I got on the other side of the gate, it got a little closer. I realized those were my family members there. They're waiting for me.
mhm. And Daisy, Have you always thought about being a writer, or it always started when you were an adult, or when you found out about your diagnosis? What took you to start writing?
The only thing, I never thought I was gonna be a writer. I would write a book for that matter. When I met Kirk Cameron,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I knew I have to write. He inspired and motivated me, and he did a great job. I haven't been able to get a hold of him because I wanted him to know about Beyond Heaven's Gate. But I know he's in trouble because he just wrote his own book and he's having to go to each and every library doing his own book tour. So I
Mm-hmm.
he's just too busy.
Yes. Lovely Daisy. Where can we find your two books? It's on Amazon, and is there another place where we can find it? Can you give us all your contacts?
Yes. As you know, you can go to Amazon
Mhm.
and I have the link and I can send that to you.
I will feature your book in our magazine, The Relatable Voice, and I'll give a shout out on brand education. And
Um,
yes, you deserve more than that,
you're
Daisy.
so awesome, Lisha. You are. You're just so awesome. And I know
Thank you.
with my health like it is, there's no way I could do a book tour. So you're helping me so much. I know you did took my books to a book fair.
Yes,
Um,
of course, because you are a terrific author. You are a very good author. You deserve it, Daisy.
thank you.
Good hug you, Daisy.
I don't know. I wish I could hug you too, Lisha. There's me. Out of the 52 interviews that I've done, there's only 4 or 5 of you that I'm really close to,
Yeah.
and you're one of them. Both
So
of those will
please,
be very good.
please stay strong. Read, pray. You are here in my heart every day. I'm praying for you. And I love you, as I told you. And so stay well.
Thanks, Lucia. Thanks for
Of
having me today.
of
It was
course.
a